Have you ever felt uncomfortable in a situation due to bad breath? If so, you're not alone. Halitosis, or chronic bad breath, is a common condition affecting millions of individuals worldwide. Yet, despite its prevalence, it remains an often overlooked aspect of oral health, and its social implications can be quite severe. Take the case of Sarah, a diligent and dedicated employee. Sarah had been preparing for weeks to present a crucial project to her colleagues. Her meticulous preparation, her passion for her work, everything was in place for her to shine. But as she started speaking, a hush fell over the room. The room's usual hum of keyboard tapping and paper shuffling gave way to an unsettling silence. Colleagues began exchanging awkward glances. There were subtle coughs and throat clearings. The once lively room had turned into a sea of discomfort. And as Sarah carried on, she felt the atmosphere change. She was not aware of it at first, but as the presentation continued, she realized something was off. It wasn't her presentation. She was confident about that. It wasn't her delivery. She had practiced for hours. It was something else, something more personal. It was her breath. Sarah was suffering from halitosis, a condition she was unaware of, and it was creating an uncomfortable environment in the very place she was supposed to shine. Halitosis isn't just about the physical discomfort it causes. It's also about the social discomfort, the embarrassment, and the stigma attached to it. In Sarah's case, it affected her confidence and performance at work. It made her doubt her abilities and question her worth. And all this was due to a condition she didn't even know she had. Just like Sarah, many people suffer in silence from halitosis, unaware of the root cause of their social discomfort. But what exactly causes this social embarrassment known as halitosis? It's a question that's crossed many minds, and the answers might surprise you. Firstly, one of the most common causes of halitosis is poor dental hygiene. This isn't just about forgetting to brush your teeth once or twice. When food particles are left between your teeth, they can decompose, causing an unpleasant smell. Bacteria that live in your mouth can also thrive on these particles, leading to a buildup of plaque and ultimately, bad breath. Next is gum disease or periodontitis. This condition is caused by a buildup of plaque on your teeth, which can irritate your gums and cause them to bleed. Over time, the bacteria causing the plaque can produce toxins that lead to a foul smell. Certain foods too can contribute to bad breath. Garlic and onions, for instance, contain sulfur compounds that can linger in your mouth and cause a distinct odor. Other foods, like coffee and alcohol, can dry out your mouth, reducing saliva production and allowing odor-causing bacteria to flourish. Now imagine our friend Mark on his blind date. He's charming, witty, and has a disarming smile. But as the evening progresses, his date becomes increasingly uncomfortable. She discreetly covers her nose, trying to maintain her composure. Unbeknownst to Mark, his halitosis is casting a shadow over their otherwise delightful evening. Mark, like many of us, might not be aware of the root causes of his halitosis. He might think that a quick brush of his teeth before heading out is enough. But as we've discovered, there are various factors at play, and addressing them requires more than just a swift swipe of the toothbrush. In fact, Mark's halitosis could be a symptom of a larger issue, such as gum disease, which needs professional attention. Or it might be a consequence of his love for garlic-laden dishes, which he indulges in before his dates. No matter how charming Mark is, his halitosis can affect his chances of a successful date. Understanding the causes of halitosis is the first step towards finding a solution, and hopefully, saving Mark's future romantic endeavors. So, can anything be done about halitosis? Absolutely, and the first line of defense is maintaining proper oral hygiene. Brushing your teeth twice a day, flossing daily, and using a mouthwash can help remove the bacteria that cause halitosis. It's also crucial to clean your tongue, as it can harbor bacteria that produce unpleasant odors. A tongue scraper, which is readily available in any local pharmacy, can come in handy for this task. However, sometimes oral hygiene alone may not be enough. This is where dietary changes come into play. Certain foods can contribute to bad breath, such as garlic, onions, and some spices. If you're dealing with persistent halitosis, it might be worth considering cutting back on these. Drinking plenty of water also helps, as it keeps your mouth moist and aids in washing away food particles and bacteria. But what if you've tried all these and are still struggling with halitosis? Well, it's time to bring in the professionals. A visit to the dentist can help identify any underlying issues that may be causing your bad breath. Conditions like gum disease, cavities, or even certain systemic illnesses can result in halitosis. Your dentist may recommend treatments like professional cleanings, fillings, or even refer you to a medical specialist if necessary. In some cases, your dentist might suggest you see a periodontist, a specialist in gum diseases. Periodontitis, a severe form of gum disease, can cause persistent bad breath. Treating this condition can significantly improve halitosis. Additionally, if your halitosis is due to a dry mouth, you might be referred to a doctor who can prescribe medications to stimulate saliva production. Saliva is key in maintaining a healthy mouth environment, and its absence can lead to halitosis. It's important to remember that while halitosis can be socially embarrassing, it's a common issue that many people face. The good news is that with the right approach, it can be effectively managed. So don't let bad breath hold you back. Start your journey towards fresher breath today. With the right approach, halitosis can be effectively managed. Beyond the physical causes and treatments, halitosis also carries a social stigma. Just like Alex, many individuals with halitosis navigate through a maze of uncomfortable encounters and awkward exchanges. Imagine being at a family gathering, a place typically associated with warmth, joy, and acceptance. You're excited to catch up, share stories, and enjoy the love that only family can offer. You're engaged in lively conversations, but you notice a recurring pattern. Family members one by one subtly step back, exchanging glances with each other. The atmosphere shifts from welcoming to strangely cold. Then, in an innocent, almost comedic turn of events, a well-meaning cousin hands you a mint. A mint. It's an everyday item, but in this context, it becomes a symbol of the unspoken issue at hand. Your halitosis. The realization hits hard, and the gathering that was meant to be a source of comfort becomes another stage for embarrassment. This is the reality for many individuals with halitosis. It's not just about the physical discomfort or the medical implications, but also the social stigma that accompanies it. Halitosis can transform ordinary interactions into uncomfortable situations, creating an invisible barrier that hinders genuine connection. It's not just about family gatherings, but every social interaction. From office meetings to blind dates, from friendly hangouts to intimate moments, halitosis can cast a shadow over these experiences. It can affect personal relationships, self-esteem, and overall quality of life. In a culture where first impressions count and personal interactions matter, halitosis can become a silent saboteur, undermining confidence and causing distress. And this distress can unfortunately exacerbate the condition, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. But it's important to remember that halitosis is a condition, not a character flaw. And like any other condition, it can be addressed and managed. Awareness, understanding, and empathy can go a long way in breaking the stigma and supporting those affected by halitosis. As with Alex, halitosis can make even the most intimate gatherings uncomfortable. But with the right approach, it doesn't have to define anyone's social life. Halitosis, or bad breath, is more than just a physical condition. It's a silent yet potent disruptor of our social interactions, a cause of discomfort not just for the sufferers, but for those around them as well. Over the course of this video, we've seen how halitosis can turn everyday situations like an office presentation, a blind date, or a family gathering into awkward and embarrassing moments. Let's recap. Halitosis is primarily caused by poor oral hygiene, but it can also be a symptom of underlying health conditions, such as gum disease, diabetes, or even liver and kidney problems. Understanding the cause is the first step towards addressing the issue. Regular dental checkups, brushing and flossing twice a day, using a tongue scraper, and staying hydrated can significantly improve your oral health and help keep halitosis at bay. However, it's also important to remember that treating halitosis is not just about masking the odor with breath mints or mouthwash. It's about addressing the root cause and making necessary lifestyle changes. This could mean anything from adopting a better oral hygiene routine to seeking professional medical help for potential health issues. The social impact of halitosis cannot be overstated. It can leave individuals feeling self-conscious and anxious, affecting their confidence and personal relationships. But remember, everyone has experienced bad breath at some point. It's not something to be ashamed of, rather it's something to be aware of and address responsibly.